We're here in the basement of my home. I'm Gino Desario with Ocean Grown Canada and the Divine Water Project. So many people have been asking me for years about how to grow proper sprouts and grasses for consumption, nutrient-dense food, which anybody can do at home. Well, the big key we start with is this liquid right here, ocean solution, which is concentrated ocean water, as many of you know. It's derived from the deep sea, many miles from any shorelines, and clean deep sea ocean water. Has every single mineral in a perfect balance. You'll never see sediment on the bottom of our bottle. It's always in solution, meaning it's got life force, it's alive. So this is what we start off with. You get yourself a mixing container. I use these 5-gallon pails, they're handy. You fill it up with good, clean, filtered water, reverse osmosis, spring water. I'm using structured ionized water from the Chanson ionizer. And you mix the product at 100 to 1. So 100 parts of water, clean water source, and 1 part of ocean solution. And then you stir it up very well. Now, I go a little bit stronger. I use a TDS meter to take a parts per million reading. I'll show you what that is. This is a TDS meter. You just turn it on and you put in inside the water about 1 inch or so, just so it touches the water. And it gives you a reading in parts per million. I like to use anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 parts per million of dissolved solids. Most plants can thrive on that. Grasses can go as high as about 4,000. They're really strong, but 2,000 is more than enough nutrition. To give you an example, we've tested soils. They're in the range of 200 to 300 at best of dissolved solids. That's what the plant can take in. They have to be dissolved solids or the plant cannot utilize it. They can't suck in a rock. It has to be dissolved into water. So you put in your ocean solution. We also like to use a product called CitroBio, which is a liquid concentrate made from citrus. Super concentrated. I only use a half teaspoon in a 5-gallon pail. And this helps keeps the roots clean and allows the plants to root system to breathe a lot better because it's cleaner. And I also use 35% food grade hydrogen peroxide. I put about 2 ounces inside a 5-gallon pail, the ocean solution. Stir it all up really well the first time, and then you don't have to stir it anymore. So we'll start off with what we need to grow proper sprouts and grasses. Get yourself any container. I use these jars. And you put in your seeds. For sunflowers, for example, you're using about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of dry seed per 10 by 20 inch sprouting tray. For barley grass, I use 2 cups. For wheat, I use 1.5 cups. For peas, I use 2 cups. Everything slightly varies because of the size of the seed mainly. So you want to get a full tray, not too much airspace. You want to have a good yield so you can have a great harvest. So you put the seeds in the jar. Grab yourself your mixed, super potent ocean solution water. You cover the seeds and you let it soak anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. I wouldn't go much more than 12 hours for any seed. Smaller seeds, like if you're doing microgreens or broccoli, stuff like that, 4 to 8 hours would be more than enough. So once they've soaked for that time, you want to rinse them and drain them. So you get yourself some window screen mesh, elastic, and then you drain it. These have been soaking now for about a good 8 hours. Let them drain really well. I don't throw away the soak water. I use it for plants outdoors and the grasses and trees and all sorts of things because it still has a lot of minerals in there and no use wasting it. And then we just rinse it with hot water a couple times. Once you've rinsed your seeds, I rinse them with hot water. Don't worry, the seeds won't die. Just fill it up, drain it, fill it up, drain it. I do it twice. Let them drain really well, and the seeds are ready to be planted. I cover my babies when I start off. So we get ourselves an empty tray ready to go. And I like to use soil. A lot of people use many other growing mediums. I've tried synthetic stuff. And the reason I use soil is because it holds moisture better than anything I've tried. So my regime is watering my sprouts and plants here once a day. I don't do any more than that. I got it down to a pretty simple science. It doesn't take a lot of time. It takes me about 15-20 minutes to grow all these plants here, and I can eat from this very well by doing this once a day. So you spread out the soil. I don't use much soil, as you can see. I use maybe a quarter to half inch of soil for the sunflowers. On grasses, I use half of that. Once I spread it out evenly, I get the seeds. These are the sunflowers. Spread them out as evenly as you can. Don't have to be perfect. They're going to grow no matter what you do. They are amazing, amazing food. Sunflowers. It's just, you never really get tired of them. I eat them almost every day for the last 6 years now. And my health has just gotten better and better all the time. So I believe that feeding your plants with ocean solution, you're going to get more nutrition than all the aisles in the supermarket put together out of one of these trays. That's what I believe. There's nothing in the store that can compare to this, except for maybe seaweeds, which are wild. They're not cultivated or grown by man or tampered with. Once you've packed them in nice, this mixture is just some hydrogen peroxide and some filtered water in here. I give them a little spray just to get a little bit extra oxygen. And they're almost ready to go. Now, these are the plants that I've been growing. This is all barley grass I'm doing right now. These are about 3 days old. They have a root structure already present. As you can see, the roots starting to develop very well. This is only like about 3 days since I planted them. You know, these are about 2 days, and these were planted last night. And the sunflowers here, of course, I'm planting them right now. I'm going to go rinse.